It's really a fantastic time to head out into the garden and start planting now, so I wanted to share with you some of my absolute favorite early spring plants that you should buy now for color all the way throughout spring and maybe even a little bit beyond with some of these. All of these should be available at your local garden centers and nurseries, and they'll tolerate a wide variety of conditions as well, so let's check them out. Now, starting off, one that I actually wish I'd planted more of is Kamassia, and this is actually more of a type of bulb than a perennial plant, but I still think it's definitely one worth buying now. These are really fantastic blue flowers. In a way, they kind of remind me of an agapanthus. They look really fantastic, naturalized into the grass. I really love that about them. I remember visiting the RHS gardens in Wisley last year around sort of May time, early May, and whilst they were just sort of fading at that point, they still looked incredibly nice, so I wanted to recommend these ones as I don't see them at the top of most of the list, but I would definitely put them high up there. These ones also work great for cut flowers as well. They like sort of moist kind of soil and full sun, so those are definitely some conditions to remember. Another thing to plant at this time of the year that you can get from your garden center if you're looking for something more permanent in your garden and shrubby is a rhododendron. Now definitely be careful about which ones you're getting, as some of these do get out of control and can spread like crazy. I think maybe even in some parts of the countryside in different parts of the world they're banned because they've kind of escaped and gone wild. But there are certain ones which are fine and will just stick to your garden, so maybe just check the name of the one you're purchasing first on the RHS website or just online. I believe this is one of those plants that likes ericaceous soil, as far as I remember, so sometimes people do pot these up so they can just have it in that soil, and that's what I did originally, but I have put it in the ground now with some of this soil mixed into it, and it's done incredibly well. They have a really nice variety of different flower colors. Mine is kind of similar to the one that I'm showing off in the video. Definitely a really nice one to get for your garden. I absolutely do recommend geums for this time of the year. They have a nice variety of different colors you can enjoy, and these will tolerate partial shade, which is handy. Bit of an awkward condition in the garden that these could fill out nicely. My personal favorite is Totally Tangerine, but another great one is Pink Petticoats. There's also Mai Tai. Yeah, I really love geums. They will basically keep flowering for a lot of the year, especially Totally Tangerine, which can flower right until the end of summer. Some of these other geums might not flower that long, but they will at least flower throughout spring, which is kind of the main goal of this video, so definitely a nice one to have. Virginia is another good one that a lot of people like. I do have a few of them in my garden. These are really nice pink ones that I like a lot. You can have these as kind of ground cover, which might be useful. I definitely think that's a good idea. These are also called elephant's ears, so you might know them by that more common name. They'll flower throughout most of early spring, and sometimes different varieties can even flower in summer from what I've seen, but they're definitely at their best in spring. Mine are sort of this dark pink color, but I really like this light pink color that I'm showing off here, so it might be worth shopping around to see which one suits your interest best. Dicentra is absolutely a must-have, maybe at the very top of the list in this video for me. Dicentra, also known as the bleeding heart, doesn't really come in a ton of colors. You can get a really nice white one though. And this thing will be so prolific throughout all of spring. It'll be one of the most vigorous plants in your garden probably in spring. The beautiful flowers on here really remind me of fuchsia in a way, but this plant is perennial and a lot more hardy. Whilst I know some fuchsias can tolerate difficult conditions, I feel like these are even better at that, which is really nice. Once again, a plant that will tolerate partial shade, so definitely good for those parts of your garden. Yeah, it's really nice. The pollinators also seem to love it a lot. Mine was pretty small in the first year, I will admit, but in the second year, it's gone absolutely crazy. So this is one of those plants where if you have a little bit of patience in it, I feel like it'll really reward you. The other one is known as Dicentra alba, and that's the white one. And I really like it. It's a lot less common than, say, this typical pink one, which seems to be the standard variant. And it just looks really nice in the garden, so definitely another one that I would absolutely recommend. Another recommendation would of course be Aqualas, which do start flowering throughout spring and early summer, giving you a huge variety of different colors. Now, I will note that some Aqualas are not very hardy or long-lived, So I recommend getting these ones that you see on screen, just your standard basic Aqualigas that will not only be great self-seeders in your garden, therefore bringing themselves back each year in the form of new plants, but will just be a lot more prolific and long-lived. There are some that I got last year which I think were called Early Bird or something like that, and they were very flashy with blue colors and such, and those ones aren't hardy at all. So your sort of standard pinks, blues, reddy sort of colors, and white ones that have the very small flowers tend to be a lot hardier. These are great. Aqualigas, as you can kind of guess by the name, don't mind wet soils. They can handle partial shade. They also do really well in the sun. I think this is the type of plant that you will see spread throughout your garden a lot. It's a great self-seeder. So if that's something that you like, then you'll really enjoy these. If that's something you are not a fan of, then you might want to avoid this one. But I do love the fact that they are so prolific and you can just find them in the craziest of places. It's definitely very handy to have these in your garden. I can't make this list without sharing Pulmonia, which is actually a nice star in my garden at this current time. Now, there's these really beautiful blue ones, which are my absolute favorite that I'm showing off currently, but there are some other types of colors as well, mostly pinks and purples. Pulmonia, once again, is a very low-growing plant with interesting foliage. It's kind of like speckled foliage in a way. It reminds me of an egg, and they're great for ground cover. If you want something to make nice mats over your shady borders, then you'll really like this one. Pulmonia is absolutely fantastic in a shady border. I do think it can do well in other conditions as well, and it might even grow faster in them. But in my experience, in my garden, the Pulmonia has done its absolute best in my shady border. There's also a really nice white variant as well, which you might enjoy. Although I will say, out of the ones I've got, that for me has been the least prolific, at least so far. So that maybe is just something to keep in mind. Finally, we have Irisium, Bowls Mauve, and other types of Irisiums, which are also known as wallflowers. I feel like I just pronounced it two different ways, but you know which one I'm talking about. There's also this really nice yellowy gold one too, but the Bowls Mauve is the iconic variant, which tends to be the hardiest and most long-lived. This plant really is stunning, although I will admit in my garden they tended to get very leggy. I'm not sure if it's because I didn't prune them properly or in time or something. So you definitely have to be careful of that. But perhaps if you underplant them with something, it could look really nice. So definitely one that I would absolutely recommend in any type of garden. They'll do really well. I think sunny conditions are kind of preferred for these ones from what I'm aware of, so that might be something to keep in mind. So yes, those are some of the spring plants that I would go out and buy now. Definitely support your local nurseries, as I imagine they will have a lot of these in there. But if not, I imagine most of the major garden centers should sell these as well. They're all very common and popular plants. So definitely let me know what you're planting down in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe as well. We're currently trying to hit 4,000 subscribers, and I would love to have you here.